throw. And this is Simpson with a catch. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21. And the offense hung on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there in just 4 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Poole. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Poole. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Pull. And that is incomplete.
You know, with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he goes out right around the 39. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. From the gun on 3rd down. Pull. Uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hughes. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
He'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he is going to have the Falcons first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Hughes. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Back to throw again. Looking deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down. Pull. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st down. Pull. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Back to throw. Pull. And this is going to be incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Hughes. That catch good for only a couple. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. He finds his man complete. That's Simpson. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, Chapman. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. It's Hughes. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Chapman. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at those stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They run out of the gun with Swift. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Swift on the counter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Pull. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. On one hand, as we look at some of his struggles with the 3 interceptions, he's got to be upset. On the other hand, they're still winning this game.
So how does he take care of the ball the rest of the game? That's what his teammates are interested in because they pick things up for him throughout. You got to look over the defensive side, the kicking game. Those guys have made it work for him. Now his goal, not mess up anything else down the stretch.
And forget about those 3 picks. Move on. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chapman. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Gabriel Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking 1st down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best 1st half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds here. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. In trouble, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Ooh, with a juke. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta regains possession of the football, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the Falcons getting the road victory in that one, so they'll look to here in Atlanta. 2nd and 6. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Chapman. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run here with Swift. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Pull. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Pull. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
2nd and 1. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's done. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there as the 1st half is winding down. And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where you see the final score there. Baker Mayfield leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. The Broncos trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Jags trying to hold on and claim victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
To throw on second down. Pull. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Swift. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Pull. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes. but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pull. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now a carry for Swift. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll keep it on the ground. Hardy. A gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Poole. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hardy, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
On 1st down, it's Chapman, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll keep it on the ground. Chapman. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd down, it's Hardy, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Chapman. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Hughes. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, tried his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 6-touchdown lead. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Three quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll find Gabriel Davis. From Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw. Pull. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
First down, Saints.
On 1st and 10. Pull. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pull. Fights through him. Open man is Samuel. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Pull. Completes it to Samuel. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Swift. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs. I knew every note to their school's fight song.
I bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
PAT up and good by Rosas as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throw left side complete. That's Hughes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, it's Chapman. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll set up to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down. Pull. He finds his man. Complete. It's Miles. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Pull. Quickly into the hands of Waller.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They'll look to throw again. We'll try and set up the screen to Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw again. Caught right side, Davis. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
Yeah, they should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pull. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to throw. Pull. And that's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll run on first down. Chapman in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. Take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
Following the fumble recovery. Pull. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Saints.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Rosas good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. On first down, it's Hardy, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. On second down now, it's Chapman, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Falcons on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He finds his man, complete. It's Hughes. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chapman, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Saints, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.